day 8 of me practicing speaking skills for my in preparation for my interviews. And today is today's 20th of June 2026. And tonight it's about some minutes to I think it's some minutes to 10 p.m. I've been preparing for my interview. I have an interview next week, even though I wouldn't want to go into much details about the job, because I just don't want to. And I wouldn't practice my prep. Practice my practice publicly, because I just don't think it's appropriate to put that out in the public, because I just don't feel safe, because I don't know. It's public for a reason. So tonight I just want to talk about things that I've learned about how to improve interviews. Actually, things that I don't even pay attention to before, and I just start to learn about them, and I'm just going to say them and repeat them here tonight, so that they stick here in my head and I don't forget them. Number one thing is, when interviewer start talking to you and they just go how are you, and just the usual me will just reply, I'm fine, how are you, and that's it. Recently I learned that you shouldn't just respond fine or great, a one word answer, and get going. Try to chip in what is small talk, like a little conversation about what you've been up to, something not too personal, of course. That's gonna reduce the tension between you both a bit and make you seem likable. Being likable feels like the number one thing about interviews. It's not even really, it's not, of course you must know what you're doing, but being likable feels like an important aspect of interview. So yeah, when they ask you how are you, you can just talk about what you've been up to, maybe something in relation to the job, or something personal about your pets, about how your week has been, or what your plans are, just a little bit of that. And then I like that, and I'm hoping to use it. Of course I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna take that as important as it is. And then another thing I learned about the interview is the body language. I've always known this, but it's hard to interview. Feels like acting. You have to act right in some way. Your body language, you must appear confident, so that they can trust what you have to say. They can trust you with the job. You must give an appearance of someone who can actually do that job. And that's one part I've been trying to get better at, because the real me gets so anxious. I get so anxious, Some people say anxiety is not so bad, it just shows you care and that job means so much to you. But then you must learn how to control it so that it doesn't override and no, I mean it doesn't show the anxiety doesn't really show. You must learn to cover it up with some confidence and feel like you can do this job. If they see you getting so too anxious or getting shaking, they might feel like it might send a wrong signal to the interviewer, and that's just like a red flag. So I'm working towards that, improving my body language, appear confident. Most of my interviews has been online. I've had some few interviews offline. I think two I think two. Most of the rest I've done they were online. And one funny thing is the physical ones felt even better. I felt less anxious when I met those people, the interviewer, than the way I usually feel online. So this coming one, it's going to be physical. It's going to be online one first and then physical. And I'm looking forward to the physical one. My body language, then appearance. Don't look like your problem. Don't look like your problem. Don't look like you are really desperate about having this job, even though you are. Don't look as good as you can. Look as put together as you can. Look professional, look good, smell nice, wear a good wig or hair, whatever. Just look good. And then another thing that I learned recently is during that interview, stop talking too much. Stop over-explaining yourself. Like I tend to explain, and I just feel like to explain and make it seem like I really understand what I'm talking about. But I've learned recently to not over-explain. Present your point, answer your question in a straightforward way. Give a straightforward answers to every question. And when they need you to elaborate, to expatiate and talk more about that point, they're just gonna ask. Instead of just talking and bore them. Silence, they get bored. They just want you to shut up and keep talking and stop talking. So yeah, I learned that. I was shocked to learn it. I thought it's okay to explain, but I learned to just stop over explaining. Another thing that I learned recently is that it's okay to pause, to take pauses. You don't have to keep, instead of using filler words, a lot of it's okay to pause. Like, pauses are professional. It shows confidence. It shows that you're a leader. I learned that most leaders pause while communicating intentionally to drive in their points, to make sure that their points sink into the listener. So it's okay to take pauses. I tend to talk fast because you sometimes you just don't want to forget things you plan to say, and you just want to put everything down at once. So I learned that I'm gonna practice with a lot of pauses, pause, and be intentional about it. And before the interview, research the company, make sure that the particular role, make sure that you know the exact solution the company is meaning to solve with that role. And make sure that you present yourself as the candidate that is able, that is gonna be able to solve that problem for them. So yeah, like that, those ones, and I'm sure gonna apply all of those in my next interview. And yay, it's 11 minutes of talking. I actually enjoy saying this. I'm just saying it and just flowing, and it's more than 11 minutes. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up, Leila. Okay, till tomorrow again. Bye.